Hello everyone, it's me, Lay. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello and welcome. Good evening everybody. I am here to talk about my plans about my bullet journal. It is the time of the year where I have been doing 3 months in my bullet journal. So it's kind of like, I believe I started the year using a different planner. So I wasn't doing a bullet journal, but I started working in this bullet journal from the month of April. So I believe that I have April until June in here. And then I switch from June now until September in this one. Now, of course, I'm going to move my October until December in our brand new dot grid journal from our September Little Bits box. So I believe I did a little bit of flip through of my journals in the past. So I'm using our Little Bits box journal. This one is a square grid. I guess a little bit of kind of like backstory of how I used to journal. Now, I used to use ring binders. You know, I think most of us here that are planner enthusiasts, journaling enthusiasts, we've tried many different types of system, and I am not any different than you. So I have used like a ring bound, like the Filofax. I did use Traveler's Notebook. I used the Foxy Fix before, and then the Chic Sparrow, and then I did use a spiral bound. I've actually started my planner journey in a spiral bound, which is the Erin Condren. So I used the Erin Condren for my first planner, and then I switched to a Filofax. That is when I did the Erin Condren. After that, I did the Kate Spade. I don't know if you guys will remember the old Kate Spade planner. It was a personal size, and I really love that planner. So after the Kate Spade, then I did a Filofax, and then I tried the disc bound, which is the Happy Planner as well, and then I used a lot of Hobonichi. However, when I was using the Hobonichi planners, I was using it more like a journal instead of a planner. So I was, kind of like drawing and doodling and doing my arts in my Hobonichi, and that was really fun, when I did that. And like what I always say, ever since I've started my planner journey is that, there's no perfect planner. There's no such thing as a perfect planner. It's really all about you making your planner work for you, however you want to use it. And that's really, that's the key. There's no, I'm gonna find that perfect planner so I can have a planner piece, because that planner piece is no, it's not true. It's not true, because it doesn't exist. Okay, so long story short, after that I have tried bullet journaling as well. I've used Archer and Olive. I've used Scribbles That Matter. I have used Leuchtturm, the bullet journal itself, and I really did enjoy it. Now, the problem with me back then was that, I see all of these amazing layouts of bullet journal, and I would always just kind of like compare myself, as bad as it sounds, but, I'm being honest here. I would always compare what I can do in my bullet journal to what everybody else was doing, and then that discouraged me a lot. I was very discouraged. I'm like, I don't want to do this bullet journal anymore. I'm like, I can't do all those Dutch doors, or can't do those complicated layouts, or the super amazing type of art. I wish I could, but I just really, honestly, I just don't have the time for it. So fast forward to when I decided to start planning again. I wanted to create a journal that, I was very specific with the paper. I wanted a paper because I'm a paper snub, and so I wanted something that I will be very happy with. And so we started the Little Bits box, and I came up with my own journal, and I'm super happy with my paper. And so I'm like, okay, I think this is the time again to start bullet journaling. So far I have many different types of journal, but these are my bullet journal. Now I have, almost like a scrapbooking journal. I have like where I just really use it as a notebook and write down my thoughts to paper. I have one where it's almost like a commonplace notebook. One is like more of an art, one is more like a swatch journal. So every month in the Little Bits box we have a journal. So I have many different types of journal. I have a recipe book. I have one that's more like really for my meditation and more like my tarot cards. So I use it differently, but these three are my bullet journals, which are the ones that I use for my planning to help me stay productive and stay on top of things. So this was my very first one. Like what I said, this was one that I started in April. And the way I use my journal, I'm gonna just show you a little bit. I always start my journal very neat and very nice and very creative. And you're gonna see that there's a little bit of like that system. You're gonna see that. Every time I would start it, I'll set it up so nice, and then the more I use it, the more I realize that I really don't have a whole lot of time. So I just kind of like do my very usual vertical layouts, which really does work for me. So now I'm like very simple with it. Sometimes I would use some of our pattern papers and vellum paper like this and create just like something in between, just to kind of make it look all neat and pretty. Wow, this is a horizontal. I never do horizontal, so that's a surprise. I mean, I would do it every once in a while, but not a whole lot. So I would like to call this notebook like a bullet journal / commonplace notebook, because like what I said, the way I would use my journal is I would make it work for me and not the other way around, right? So I have a list, I have layouts, more like brain dumps, pieces of notebook, just making notes, a lot of sticker, making lists, practicing my lettering. So as you can see, there's like, I use it many different ways. So I have, this one was May, I set up my calendar, and then just weekly, all of that, lists, work, products, SKUs, plans, list, to-dos, grocery lists, SKUs of stickers. So different. I would always flip through these notebooks because I have like some information that I have just here, right, that I don't have in the new journal. So I always keep it close to me. And then I have, this one was a June layout. Oh, so I guess I used the other one from July. And then I have brain dump, and then I just have lists and, I think invoices on the back, and then I have some extras in here and all that. So this was from April until June. Now the next one is my July until September. So I'm going to put in September over here. (2024) like that. So I guess I did my June calendar in here too. Oh, maybe this was, yep, I started June again here. I did my calendar also, my monthly calendar. So this one, I was using it almost like a take a note planner. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that planner, but it has like a very small weekly layout on the side. Then it's almost like daily. So you get like half of your layout is like 2 days, right? So it was fun. I think I like that layout too, but I think I like seeing my weekly in one full spread instead of kind of like my other days are on this one. But I did it, how many weeks was that? 2 weeks maybe. Yep, no, 3 weeks. I did it for 3 weeks, so that was it. All right, and then here was my July overview. I use some of my acetate. I use a lot of stencils. These are stencils, a lot of stickers, a lot of my markers, a lot of creative things. And this was the July calendar, monthly calendar. So I have bills. I have, tracking of my social media. I have to do that for my October. I didn't do it for October. Then here, just kind of like playing around with stencils, some of the stickers, playing with different layouts, writing down future classes, brain dump, different for the Chicago Planner Con, for the SGS, for the Canada Planner Con. This is just inventory, not, this one is planning for my family's trip. They're coming here in November, and then another layout, July. So as you can see, I really use my notebook, my bullet journal. This is the August calendar. We have different types of layout. I was using the stencil. That was a fun stencil. This is a stencil as well. I really love this too. I love this layout like that. And then this one, I think there was like 2 weeks in August, in September, last week of August, first week of September, that I was really super busy, that I didn't really set up my planner for that. I really didn't, because I was just, as you can see here, this was my week. I didn't do anything. Our anniversary, I didn't even plan. I just knew when I had to finish that 2 weeks. I just had so much stuff going on. And then this one is from the 9th until the 15th. And then this is for this week. So this is it until September. And I'm gonna do another weekly here, and then I'm moving over to this journal, which is going to be my journal for October until December. I did set up the monthly already here, my monthly calendar. And this one I did film the video, the process video, and I will upload this one this weekend so you guys can watch it. But this is the month calendar, very simple. I mean, this is going to be very different for me because it's a craft paper. So I don't know, I'm going to have to really play around with, the stickers that I'm going to use, or it's just probably going to take a little bit of getting used to, but I don't think it's going to be that much. I'm using our August as my just play around journal. So that is the blackout journal that I have. And then this is the October overview. I use some of our stamp sets, some of the stickers and die cuts in here, but it was really fun. This is also dot grid, but I don't think you'll be able to see the dots. There's like a little bit, very white, very faint dot in there. So you can still have a guide, when you're doing your lines and what's not. And then this one is a stencil. I love, 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 love this stencil. That's part of the September. So I'm going to be playing around definitely with this stencil like this. And I'll use it for my next week layout in this journal right here. But so many fun things happening, and so many fun things that are included in our September Little Bits box that I'm super excited to use. This is the journal that's part of the September Little Bits, the charm, and these are the stickers right here. So my question is, how are you guys planning this this year? How did you plan, or how are you planning? Because we still have 3 more months, I'm curious to know if you have like a spiral bound, do you have a ring bound? I mean, I really don't know what's going on out there anymore. I don't know what everybody else is using, or how everybody else is using their journals. Like what I've said, I use my journals in many different ways. I have many different notebooks for many different type of things. I've actually planning on starting a different notebook for my kids, kind of like one for my oldest. I have 3 kids, so maybe kind of like make it almost like a letter to them that they can read someday in the future. They can flip through that notebook where it's just me talking about, maybe I'll share some of my stories from my past, maybe, or how I felt when one situation happened, just kind of sharing my feelings. So hopefully one day they're browse through that journal and they're like, oh wow, I guess I didn't know my mom, or I'm like, wow, I'm so glad that I got to spend time with my mom, or something like that. I thought it would be very special. So anyways, I want to take also this opportunity to let everybody know that I will be in San Marcos next weekend for the Texas Planner Babes event. I'm super excited. I'll be bringing some of our individual products in there, so we'll have a small vending space in there, and then we'll be, of course, sharing some swags to the attendees, and then I'll bring in some, a lot of goodies for raffles and all that. So if you are here in the Texas area, make sure to check it out on Facebook. It's called Texas Planner Babes. It's a Facebook group, and Diana did such an amazing job, keeping this group active, and all of the Texas Planner Babes having like meetups and events like this. It's super fun. And then next month on October 5th, I will be in Toronto, Canada for the PlannerCon.A. It's going to be a planner convention as well. So again, I will be bringing some of our, individual products there. So if you are in the Canada area, make sure to check it out. It's called PlannerCon.eh. So PlannerCon.eh. So I'm super excited. It's going to be my first time in Toronto, so I'm like looking forward to this. And then the month after that would be November. November is going to be really, the last week of October and the first 2 weeks of November is going to be busy. Like when I said, my family is coming from, from all over the world. My niece is coming from Singapore, another one is from Oman, and then my sister's coming from the Philippines. So it's going to be crazy. And then November 1st and 2nd, I will be at the SGS planner event as well. So that's really going to be fun. That's in Orlando, Florida. So November 1st and 2nd. So make sure to look it up. I'm not sure if there are still tickets left in any of these events, but just in case, maybe you're curious for the next year maybe. So SGS planner event, that's on November 1st and 2nd. And then after that, I will be in Chicago. This will be my last event, hopefully before the holidays. I think it is. So that is for the Chicago Planner Con. So that's really going to be fun. I think November, oh my gosh, November 8th? It's in my planner. I can't remember. Ooh, let's look it up. Here we go. November. Here. I don't have a date here. My goodness, Lay. November 8 to 10, I believe, if I'm correct. November 8 to 10. So that's going to be fun. So all of that is happening. I'm so happy to know that, we're back again. The planner community is back again doing a lot of these events. Of course, everything kind of like was put in a halt and pause, when the pandemic, that was really kind of like earth-shaking change, for everybody, not just for me, but for everybody, all of us. So I'm just so glad, that we're slowly crawling back in. The planner community is like alive and well, and we're, staying creative and staying in touch with everybody. So these planner events, I have many different, friends and girls and followers and subscribers that are messaging me, Lay, I haven't seen you since in PlannerCon. That was in 2018. That was in San Francisco. Or I've last seen you in Atlanta, and that was for the Winter Wonderland. So we had a lot of planner events before, and of course yours truly was very active, because I love spoiling the planner community, because without the planner community, our small business is nothing. So, but again, that was my chit chat for today. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I would love to know what type of planner system you are using right now, or if you are a subscriber of our Little Bits boxes, I would love to know how you are using your A5 journals. So this is just kind of like for future reference. I'm just curious as well. So make sure to leave them in the comments down below. How you're using your planner, or even if you are using your planner or would like to use a planner. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. Until next time, I'll see you again soon. Stay creative and stay happy. Bye bye, everyone.